What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. And hey, quick favor, if you're watching and you aren't yet subscribed, I know it's a pain and some of you might actually have to create an account, but wherever you're watching me, whether it's here on YouTube or on BitChute or Odyssey or Rumble, please do take just a moment out of your day to subscribe. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. YouTube does not serve my videos up in the search algorithm, and there's just no other way that you'll get notified. So I would greatly appreciate it. Some interesting news in the Kyle aftermath, including Facebook reversing their decision to ban all searches on him, as well as some new body cam footage that is pretty spicy. The overall message here is things continue to stay pretty interesting in this kid's life, and I hope things calm down for him soon. Before I get into all that, just a super quick word from this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Huge shout out to this video sponsor, Meta PCs. Now, I know you're not going to run out and quick buy a brand new computer just because I ran this ad, but what I would hope is that you'll keep Meta PCs in mind for a variety of reasons and use my promo code, TheQuartering, to save big at checkout. Look, Meta PCs offers custom configurations. It has insane parts availability. They're one of the few people I see out there with the brand new NVIDIA 3090 in stock and shipping. When you buy from them, they offer you build photos as they work along. When you receive your PC, it's ready to go out of the box. It's 100% US-based sales and support. And one of my favorite things, it's a veteran-owned business. Meta PCs is veteran-owned. One of Meta's owners has served in Afghanistan and Iraq and received a Purple Heart for his service. Meta also employs military veterans in the Meta Operations Center and also provides systems to veterans going back to school to help them re-enter the workforce all across the United States. Meta PCs also offers financing. Head on over to MetaPC at metapcs.com. Use code TheQuartering at checkout to save money and support my content. If nothing else, go configure a PC, build a little wish list, and when you're ready, remember to use code TheQuartering at checkout at MetaPCs. I know I'll be getting myself a brand new one before the end of the year. Check out metapcs.com. Hey, maybe you're not in the market right now, but whether you're a gamer or just need a new rig, please do keep them in mind and remember to use my promo code to save some money. Facebook removes block on searches for Kyle. The social media platform put the ban in place after he was arrested back in August 2020, which I thought was insane. What it was not to protect him, a man who is innocent until proven guilty. It was to control the narrative. They knew they couldn't control the amount of truth coming out about him, so they decided that they would just block all searches. Facebook on Wednesday removed its block on searches for the name Kyle that it had put into place following his arrest back in August 2020. In the days following the event, the company removed Kyle's profile from Facebook and Instagram and blocked users from creating new profiles using his name. Essentially, this is an important thing for him, especially if he wants to build his brand, build his celebrity, his cachet. He needs to be able to have his Facebook page and his Instagram. And, I'm sure there's lots of ladies that would like to get to know him, and he deserves every right to have that. It was mentioned to, quote, stop to prevent copycats or spreading misinformation. You mean the truth. By the end of the week, Facebook was blocking all searches for him, as well as removing expressions of praise or even support for him. Again, a man that was innocent. After the verdict, we rolled back the restrictions we had in place that limited search results from returning content related to the key term, Kyle Rittenhouse. It's the same thing on YouTube, by the way. You can't find my videos unless you put my name and his name together. The spokesperson for Facebook parent company Meta said in a statement to The Verge, while we still remove content that celebrates the passing of those individuals, we will no longer remove content containing praise or support for Kyle. They never should have in the first place, the absolute cowards. What possible explanation would you have for, an innocent man, by the way, and he was always innocent. He was never guilty, right? He's innocent because in America, you're innocent until proven guilty. And even though he had to go through this farce of a trial, he was proved innocent again. The changes were rolled out in the days following the verdict. Given the granularity of these policies, as well as the wide public interest in these events, we anticipate the enforcement at scale will be especially challenging. Or are you maybe worried about getting sued? Are you worried about getting sued, Facebook? Is that maybe why? Are you worried about Kyle suing you? Because the fact that you blocked him does, at least in my opinion, imply that you think he's got some level of guilt, doesn't it? It implies you think he's guilty. In theory, he would now be able to rejoin Facebook and Instagram like all users. However, he would be subject to the company's community standards. Also, update on the item used in that event. He said he is destroying it, and he doesn't want anything to do with it. I don't blame him. I really don't. I think I understand why he wants to do it. He told podcasts, he said, during an appearance on the Charlie Kirk show, how is everybody booking this kid? If somebody knows how to get a hold of Kyle, please come on my show. I would absolutely love it. If somebody knows how to get a hold of him, please let me know. Growing up, I wanted to be a police officer, he said, to help people when they're having bad days. It's unclear what his next steps post-acquittal will be. He said he was taking some nursing classes, but obviously he's dropped out of that. I'm sure that he's just going to be enjoying a huge pile of money from defamation cases. Now, MSNBC, over the trial ban, body cam footage released. Body cam video has now been released in connection with the incident that happened during the trial that led to the judge banning a news organization from his courthouse. It started with a traffic stop when a freelance, you like how they write freelance there? It's important to them that you know that this person was just a wild card, that they weren't acting on behalf of NBC or anyone else, although it certainly seems that way based on the conversation that was had and, in my opinion. The issue here is potential jury intimidation. This and many other cases that kind of get the national spotlight, you have this situation like we saw it in Minneapolis with that trial. People didn't want their cities to get taken, burned down again. So I could understand if they were intimidated by that, if people were filming them or things of that nature. I understand why people might want to maybe answer a certain way about a certain thing or something along those lines. Like, I understand that completely. And in this case, it's no different. It started with a traffic stop. Here's what the 62-year-old James Morrison told Kenosha PD when they asked him if he was following a vehicle. And here's what's hilarious. He goes, I was trying to see ... I was being called by New York saying, these are the people you need to follow. But I don't know. You know what that tells me? He knew what he was doing was wrong. And can I say for a fact that he was trying to intimidate them? No, I don't know what was in his heart. But certainly, I think we all know, based on the media's reaction to everything, what they wanted to be the case. We know that the media wanted a guilty verdict. Morrison then told the officer he was just doing what he was told to do by, quote, New York, and that he got a booking producer from MSNBC on the phone to explain what he was doing. She says they were trying to find key players in the case. We were keeping our distance just to see, people involved in the trial, where they were positioned. By no means were they trying to get in contact. What do you mean where they were positioned, you weirdo? Why were you following them in the first place? You never had any right to follow them. You never had any reason to follow them outside of, at least in my opinion, nefarious ones. The officer then cited him for running a red light and asked the news organization not to follow anyone in the case. By the way, they knew they shouldn't be doing that. Everyone knew they shouldn't be doing that. When asked by the officer if he had any ties to Kenosha, the Atlanta-based producer said he covered the Gulf at Whistling Straits, some 100 miles from the courthouse. And here you can see the Daily Sneed posted all of this. You can watch some of it. It's pretty hilarious. I mean, overall, it's pretty hilarious. I don't get why these, you see, I love how they're trying really hard not to incriminate themselves. Jeopardizing the jury safety and anonymity, the entire trial process, and potentially costing taxpayers of the country double or more if they had had a mistrial. Think about that next time you get a jury summons. This was, in my opinion, jury intimidation. They wanted to follow these people, and remember that they weren't sequestered. So these news agencies could show up at their house during the trial and ask them questions, leading questions, lurk out in front of their house. Absolute cowards. But we already knew that. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.